Good morning. Today is March 4th. It's a Thursday. We're almost there. Almost done with the week. A lot to update. So let's take a look at SPY. Get right into it. So coming into it from last week, we were looking for a test of the 50 simple and exponential right by the pivot point. And we said that this needed to hold for a bullish continuation case. This was the bull target. um, However, yesterday we got a pretty nasty rejection here. We needed to stay above the 10 simple and 21 exponential on a daily and be trading above it in order to continue. This is why I don't like to trade after we get a bounce into the 10 simples on dailies when we do these plays. For now, we are trading right at the 50 moving average on a daily. It seems like it held overnight. We can look at the 24-hour, but we are being held by the 50 exponential. It's gonna be the third time that's being tested. So let's hope that it holds, but I'm not holding my breath. So I'm not gonna change these arrows as it came from the weekly update. So we're gonna wait for the weekly update of this weekend to give you guys an update on the projections. As I said last Sunday and throughout the week, I'm not trading this week. I need to see clarity. Reason why, I was expecting a potential bull trap, which seems like we got that, and we'll show you the other charts. I just want to point something out. So on the weekly, let's take a look. Right now, you're trading below the 10 simple. Keep an eye on this tomorrow, and if I do a video tomorrow, if it's needed, I will mention it again. But on Friday, we need to close above the 10 simple and hold it in order to remain to the upside. In my opinion, it's been too long. This is the second time that it's testing the 10 simple. It usually breaks it. And I'd be looking somewhere around the 21. Now, if I'm looking at the monthly, excuse me, the monthly is painting a bearish picture here with a pullback right into the 10 simple. I'm looking for like 10%, something like that. Yeah, something around there, which would probably match up to the 21 at some point, or just a wick down into below the 10 simple. So somewhere around here. We'll take a look at targets on the weekend, like I said. But just bear that in mind. I have noticed, though, that between Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and SPY, those indices, NASDAQ seems to be leading. And let me try to find the chart for you. Bear with me. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now on the weekly update, we were pointing out this formation in the oscillators. I was saying that I'm looking for another touchdown, and then we'll see the decision whether we break up to the outside or we break down. This would be the third test of this trend line of this formation. We don't want to see a breakdown. That'd be pretty nasty drop, but just something to point out here. Let me take this off. All right, on the daily. So daily, we tested, tried to break above. We got rejected with the barrier of the bear zone. This is going to be your second touchdown. So this could present itself as an opportunity for a potential bounce, whether there's a dead cat or not. We'll evaluate when we get there. But we are touching the band one more time. You can see that usually we overshoot it. But these second drops is where we get the divergences, so we can get a potential bounce there. So that would be a good play. Again, we'll reassess when we get there. But this is looking like distribution. And we'd be looking at a little lower, actually. Yeah, so somewhere, I'm not gonna leave this here. Again, I'm gonna wait for the weekly updates, but probably be looking at something like this, if not right around this area with the golden pocket. But we'll reassess during the weekend. All right, so let's look at some stocks. Actually, let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the daily. So throughout this week, I've been posting updates as best I can on the on social media. So if you check us out on Instagram and TikTok, you'll see daily posts there. We try to give you guys updates as it comes. So we're looking for a rejection around 52.7. The price went to 52.652. $48 off. I'll take it. It's pretty good. Now the critical point here is going to be that we need to stay above this cluster zone right here. Okay, so we got our first rejection. It's pretty nasty. We came back up a little bit. So now we just gotta wait and see, I guess. So what are we looking at in the oscillators? So a similar play as to how NASDAQ was playing, where it's touching the bear zone. Is it gonna get rejected? We just have to wait and see. So I'm gonna give it another day in order to see that a little bit. This is a 24-hour traded asset, so we should get clarity pretty soon, at least on the shorter time frame, relatively. Now, if I want to look at the 3-day, we're retesting it. Let me take these out. Okay. We're getting a bit of an indecision candle. This closes today in 12 hours, about under less than 12 hours. So this, you want to stay above the 10 simple. If not, you're going to get your bear trap here. And that's basically a bearish retest. And we're going to see it down below the pivot, which wouldn't be healthy, but healthy overall. But in the immediate formation, it wouldn't be too healthy as we were looking for lower. So we'd probably be looking around the 39 to 41 area again. I think this is what we mentioned on the weekend. Look at the weekly. Weekly, you got that bearish divergence, where you got a lower high on the oscillators and a higher high on the price. Right now, we are bouncing off the pivot, which is good. I mean, weekly is going to take several days, so let's see how that plays out. Otherwise, as long as we remain on the pivot, I'm looking at 55 to 50, something along those lines. But at that point, you're getting pretty close to the top, so I'd probably be looking for high highs if we get that. If this candle does not break to the upside, I'm probably looking for a little lower. And just to be clear, I'm not macro bearish. I am still macro bullish. I'm just looking for a better entry for you guys. 12-hour, we crossed down, not good. And we got all the EMAs and MAs kind of clustering together here. So once it breaks down, it's going to be a little fast. So keep an eye on that. Kind of making a bit of a channel up. So you could potentially be coming down around the 89 and probably be looking at the 200s. At that point, you'll probably be closer to 39,000. Doesn't mean it has to get there now. But for now, this is what it's looking at. So let's take it one day at a time. All right, stocks. Daily. Bring back my notes. So during the weekly updates, we were looking for a test of the 10 simple. And throughout the week, I updated that there was this formation, I think it was yesterday, that was kind of forming. So keep an eye on that. Because if we break down, we're going back to the green zone, the green box. This box needs to be respected. Otherwise, we're going to go a bit deeper, probably like 520, something like that. If not in the 400s and so on. So we'll take it one day at a time again. This one, I think we are putting a top. If we look at, excuse me, if we look at the monthly, you can see that we also got the bearish divergence where you got the higher high on the price and you got the lower high on the oscillators, while also crossing down below the bullish control zone. And we're probably gonna get a little bounce once we get to the medium, which is getting close to the bear zone too, to be fair. So you're looking at a breakdown, small retest, rejection, and then let's see if the median holds. That would be good for the bullish case, which would be around the 520 area probably, if I had to guess right now. So I'm waiting for that. Weekly, we are breaking down from the bands. So a small bounce is warranted soon. Just keeping an eye on that too. Oh, do you have that formation that we were pointing out in the monthly of NASDAQ? Something similar anyway. So let's see what that does. Just some mental masturbation right here. All right. Yeah, okay, so a little bit down. That fills the narrative of the 520. So again, targets, look for this weekend's update. But for now, just daily. Stick to 24-hour. No, stick to daily. Sorry. All right, so this is the second time that we're testing the green zone. What am I expecting? I'm just watching, but looking at the oscillators, we crossed down on the close. And if you look at, sorry if I'm moving around too much. I'm trying to make this fast for you guys. If you're looking at the active expanding from the base, that offered up the little bounce that we got. Right now we're trying to expand, but on the negative side, so that's massive selling that just happened. It's pretty weak, and basically a fake out, and that's what we're looking for. So right now, I would play in the defensive, not financial advice, but overall, it looks like we are getting a small correction. I'm not saying a crash. I'm not saying anything of the sort. We got to take it one day at a time because there's a lot of factors into play right now. So we tried to get above into the bear zone. We got rejected pretty substantially, actually. The whole move down, the whole move up, sorry. The whole move up got rejected, and now we're breaking down. So we're going to test out in the green zone. I want to see a bounce here, ideally, because we need to take out this liquidity in order to keep going down. So ideally, this would, let me just draw free-handed here. Ideally, you want to see something like this, get rejected, and then up, and then lower. Something like that, where you build up a bit of a bear flag or some kind of rising wedge. So let's keep an eye on that. Facebook, still information, but it's looking weak. This is going to break the 200 exponential. You're going to have to hold your breath here. Apple. Let's see, Apple. Yeah, let's take these out. All right, so it looks like we're gunning for the 200 potentially. So this needs to hold if you want to see more upside, but overall it's not looking good. Yeah. Okay, AMD broke down, retested, coming down. So the 200s needs to hold right there. We need to stick around 78, probably 78 tops would be my line in the sand to remain to the upside a little bit. So when pulling out on the higher time frames, you're going to look like a quick lower time frame. Sorry, on lower time frames, you're going to break down, you're going to retest, and then get smacked down again if it's bearish. But that translates to a higher time frame of just continuation down. So see how this just kept going down on a high time frame is going to look like that, even though we retrace to test it. So on a higher time frame, maybe daily to a weekly, you'll probably be looking for the 200 hold, and then you get this whipsaw action to retest it, and it'll probably go a little higher to take out this this liquidity area right around here. And then we'll see if it breaks back into formation, then we'll probably get higher highs here. Otherwise, we're going to get rejected much further down, probably to around here. But again, one day at a time. We need clarity out of this week, so just hang on tight. Okay, Google. Now, I was joking about this earlier in the week when I said Google's dead, but yeah. Excuse me, what I meant is Google's pretty weak. But right now it's just trading sideways, to be fair. We got the targets to the upside, and weekly is still looking for 1925. So if the daily 21 holds, which seems like we're closing down for the second time, well, to be fair, third time, below 21, we're going to be watching for the 10 simple to break. 10 simple did break, and we closed above it, but on a bearish candle. So now we're getting rejected. So keep an eye on the 50 exponential or the R2. Where's my R2? No, got moved. Let's see. Oh, slower. Yeah, we'll change these around later. All right. Let me put it back to how it was. And now let's go to NVIDIA. All right, NVIDIA seems like it offered a bull trap. Yep. We're breaking down below our trend line of this formation, so it's not good. It's not good. So as I was saying earlier in the week and the past two weekly updates, you want to wait for this to break one side or the other and make a support consolidation kind of thing. So I wanted to see it come up again, kind of like Netflix did, as I've explained, and then we can see more upside. Otherwise, this might be a nasty bull trap here, which seems like we did. So first targets, we'll be looking for the 200 exponential coming into next week probably, but we'll go into detail in the weekly updates. Around 490, what is this, 498? Yeah, so maybe 3 more days into Tuesday maybe, or Monday, before 98, meeting around the 200 exponential, something like that. But these are just scalps. I'm only scalping. That's my defensive play. All right, so 377 did not hold, clearly. What will be next? Just wait. Just wait. Yeah, this is falling pretty hard. Let's see. Yeah, somewhere around 120, 123, something like that. 120, 123. Yeah, so, oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, so somewhere around this area right here. And not too much further. Playing that, just keep an eye on that. That's the weekly though. Daily, 24 hours. Sorry, it's like no easy way to zoom in. All right, so below 154.75 on the daily, we're looking for about 122, 124, which is somewhere down here. Looks like we're trending down, so keep an eye on that. That would mean that we are going to break the 377 on the daily. Typically, when you hit it, you get a bounce into the 200s. This is looking pretty nasty. GME. GME is looking like crypto. Yeah. Not currently. I meant crypto in the sense that you barked up and then you make like these sideways movements. You get up and you get rejected, and then it goes further down. Makes like this Barb Simpson's head looking shape. So this is not going to be useful here. Looks like it's trying to retest the pivot. So yeah, so maybe a little bit of upside. However, I'm gonna stand by this. I'm not gonna change my mind on this one. I don't think it'll ever look back to the 500s. I think this is pretty much done. Yeah, right now it's just looking like that was the play, and it got over. Yeah, it got a little exaggerated there. So we're probably looking at the pivot again, and then some smackdown. AMC breaking down for this bear flag a little bit. This could be a bear trap potentially, but looking at how the market's going, looks like we're gonna go lower, probably 200s. I'm not sure. Look at it in the weekly. Right now, still trending down. Still looking at this area, see if it holds. It hasn't touched it yet, but it might in this move coming up. Alibaba. So we got to our green zone. So now it looks like we're touching our yellow zone. And this is kind of the last line of defense. Oscillators are pretty heated. 4 hours turning down. So it's like we're gonna get red at the open. This is coming down again. Not increasing yet. Keep an eye on that. So daily needs to stay above 377, and we can see a bounce into next week. And there's potential for that. Usually get these like three-way moves, up, down, up, and then continuation to either side. Jpmorgan. Interesting. Did we get a higher high on this? We got 154.90 and 154. Wow, we got a higher high. Okay. Fair enough. Let's look at the 4 hour. I'm gonna say no comment here. Just gonna wait for the weekly to close. All right, top still holding. Information's holding. Yes, it'll look pretty nasty. Just retracing the whole way up. Still need to see this break in order to see some more downside. So keep an eye on that. API. Probably another move up coming into tomorrow. This is United Airlines. We're looking at it during the weekend. It's making a bit of a rising wedge. Let's look at daily. All right, so below 55.62, I'm looking at a break of this and probably in the lower 50s. Doku, we reach our target. Not much to update there for now. And that's all I got for you guys today, I think. Yeah, Palantir's still going down. Seems like it's accumulating here. This is usually a pattern for accumulation. So keep an eye on that. We might get a bounce into next weekend. Into next week. So as long as this green box holds, I'm looking for potentially $7 to $8 higher from the low. All right, guys, trade safe. Again, I'm waiting for the weekend to end. I mean, the week, excuse me, so early in the morning. I'm waiting for the week to end, and then we'll pick our plays. So keep an eye for this weekly update over the weekend, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, if not on the weekend.